Record. Hello everyone. I'm so excited because I wanted to share my writings with you all, at least some of them. If you did not know, I am a writer. I'm a speaker, I'm a daughter, I am God's child. So I wanted to share some things that I've written late last year, some this year. But yeah, this is my journal. I love it so much. I love the length of it. I love the pages on it. So yeah, I wanted to share one creative writing piece. The whole purpose of this journal was for me to start getting into writing again. I used to write a lot when I was in high school, and somewhere along the way I lost touch with that side of me, and so I got this journal in hopes to re-spark that creative writing side. So I wanted to read. This one was on December 17th of 2025. I start every single entry with an affirmation, and then I go in with a prompt, and then I go in with my writing. So today I'm going to read one that I did on December 17th, and the prompt is, why are standards necessary? Standards: a level of quality or attainment, the action of fact of achieving a goal toward which one has worked, an idea or thing used as a measure, a norm, or model in comparative evaluations. My definition of standards would be the baseline of a thing. Standards is how one measures their experience and determines what they will tolerate. They will allow a certain quality experience and won't allow anything under that, and if they do, they don't personally partake in them. Standards determine or can determine one's experience, what is allowed and not. How can one cultivate their own standards? Or better yet, what shapes one's standards? I believe through life experiences. We know that when we are younger, our standards are shaped by our environment, and it's not until we awaken our consciousness that we begin to cultivate and nurture our own. Standards keep one true to themselves. They may even be similar to one's values. With standards, you are the one that defines them. You decide what you are willing to tolerate and what you will not. It is your decision and no one else's. Yes, things may shape them, but you are the deciding factor if they are positive or negative. When we are babies, our mothers or primary caregiver is our first teacher. Some may even say a God, not the God, but a God. We observe what is around us. As we develop, we begin to adopt those habits. They become habitual. They become second nature due to our environment. I say second nature because it is as babies and children we only behave that way due to our habits and environment, and those are going to be formed by what we experience or the lack of when we are small. Now, once we become more conscious of ourselves and our own desires, we pull and take what we believe what will benefit us. Now, I would say it is important to realize that you are now conscious and can make your own decisions, that you don't have to hold on to what you saw or what you experienced when we were small. You have to wake up and create your own reality. It is very important that you do so that way you don't go through life unhappy, living someone else's life. Once again, you determine your standards. They determine your life experiences. Ask yourself questions and figure yourself out for yourself. Really get to know your likes, dislikes, your comforts, and etc. On your journey through self-discovery and discovering your standards, give yourself grace. In order to figure your standards, you will go through life, trial and error, and you will bump your head 1,000,001 times. But be grateful that you are in the middle of discovery. It's a personal journey. Take note of what resonates with you, what really feels natural to you, and only you. Choose the thing that is challenging but you know innately you have the skills to overcome. If I haven't mentioned, make sure you give yourself grace and know that it is a journey. Standards and morals. What's the difference? Morals are the internal set of guiding principles and values that influence their personal concept of right and wrong. So maybe morals are the internal guiding compass, while standards are built off the compass into a broader how-to daily habits. So that was one, and the prompt was, why are standards necessary? Okay, so that was one of them. One thing that I noticed about my writing is it's kind of like my thoughts, and that really is what writing is for me. It's my thoughts. It's just how I perceive things, and that's exciting. Okay, so another one that I want to share. This one is probably my favorite one thus far, besides the ones that I did today and yesterday. But this one is called Vanish. I try to give myself 10 minutes to do a creative writing prompt, and this is what I came up with for this one. Vanish. Is it posed as a question, a statement? Which might have caused its disappearance? Which one would leave no trace? To never be seen again. To not be found, or at least thought of in the middle of the most mundane experience. To avoid any confusion, it's a statement. It holds a certain kind of confidence. The kind that doesn't get jumpy when under pressure. The kind of confidence that builds under that pressure. Growing and getting nourished through the life experiences to navigate through the trials headed its way. The confidence that won't be fazed by you getting it wrong because they are sure of themselves. Question. It's unsure. It's open-ended, but inviting. To want to get to the surface. Being unsure isn't wrong. You definitely want to be thorough. But in your own question, make it as a statement. Don't let others see you other than sure. Even if your questions have that confidence, the kind statement has. The kind that is sure you are confident in your action. Okay, and another thing that I noticed in my writings is I'll start off in a certain, I don't know, it's like I change degrees in a certain type of way or halfway through. I remember when I wrote this, it was I also timestamp it, so 8:02 p.m. to 8:15. Obviously a little over 10 minutes. But yeah, that one's probably one of my favorite. Affirmation, I am creative. I am a creative. I give myself permission to flow in my writings. Prompt. How do I define myself? Who am I? I don't want to define myself with roles or titles because those things can change in a blink of an eye. I want to define myself my core being. Well, what does that look like? What does it feel like? What does it produce? It looks like confidence, self-respect, honesty, love, generosity, jazzy, joyful, attentive, balanced, disciplined, aligned with God, elegant, eloquent, flourishing, nourished, and thriving. What does it feel like? It feels like home, always safe with self. It feels like the sun on my skin. It is alignment. What does it produce? It produces a confident, self-assured, God-loving, God-fearing woman who takes control of her life and doesn't tolerate anything outside of what will elevate me. Ooh, that was good. Who am I? I am by nature a righteous woman. I am everything I am. I am cut from a different cloth, and I am okay with that. I am joyful all the time. I am the embodiment of one with God. God is in me, and with Him, I am able to build the life that is destined for me. I am brilliant in self, environment, and life. I am humble to know that I don't know everything, but I know that I do not know everything, but I know what I need to know to get me to where I am going. I am focused. I am a family girl, and I will always strive to be the best for them. I am thankful, and I know how blessed I am. I am an aloe plant. I am a healing, green little nourishment needed from others, for others. I am a giver, but I also thrive when returned. I am understanding of life and overall blessed to be me. And I just think that is so good. I actually surprise myself when I write and I can see what I wrote and then see how it still resonates, or just see what my mind could think of during that time when I wrote it. This was December 19th, 2025. And sometimes, you know, you just need that reminder. You need that reminder of how great you are. If you are creative, go back, look at your work, listen to it, reread it, and really recognize how amazing you are, okay? Because no one can do what it is that you do like you do it. And that right there is your superpower. That right there is my superpower. I know that what I do, what I create, I'm only me. And there's only one me. And okay, so basically what I was saying was, you're the best, you're the greatest, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. My camera keeps on cutting me off, so I'm just going to end it here. Thank you all for watching, and I hope that you all be creative today, tomorrow, but just be creative, and don't neglect your passions for this world, because it ain't worth it. But okay, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.